Welcome back. It is the Vegas Take, Sharp and Shapiro. Glad you could join us. By the way, coming up in hour number 3, we're gonna talk a little football. The Super Bowl is ready to go. The teams are ready. We'll talk a little about the McGregor fight over the weekend and what McGregor had to say about Donald Trump. Gerard Gallant, the former Golden Knights coach, has finally made some public statements, so we'll get to that coming up in a little UNLV talk as well. But we're going to talk a little bit now about Donald Trump and this impeachment situation, and now the ground rules that have been set forth, the Republicans in the Senate in regards to this situation. And by the way, it's going on right now. So as far as the rules that Mitch McConnell has put in place, it would give Democrats 24 hours over the next 2 days to make their case against Trump on the 2 articles of impeachment the House passed on December 18th. A lot of people believe, and as do I, that the reason why McConnell wants these proceedings to go till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning is so that people, the majority of people, will not be able to hear all the information and watch it. Democrats are also saying that McConnell failed to follow the model set during former President Bill Clinton's Senate impeachment trial back in 1999. I would agree with that. Democrats said in a statement his resolution deviates sharply from the Clinton precedent and common sense. In an effort to prevent the full truth of the president's misconduct, Republicans obviously hold a 53-47 majority vote hold in the Senate. So here's my opinion on this whole thing. I don't care whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. It shouldn't matter. Sadly, it probably does with your opinions, but it shouldn't. I don't care who you are. The bottom line is, in a trial, you want all the information to come forward, all the so-called evidence to come forward. In doing that, you need witnesses, and you need a lot of witnesses. And if Bolton isn't allowed to testify, if they don't bring him in, if Parner is not allowed to testify, they don't bring him in. If Mulvaney is not allowed to testify, then what are we doing here, folks? What are we doing? That is like witnesses that could have seen a murder, but when you go to trial, the witnesses are not allowed to testify. Don't know if the murder was committed or not, but the witnesses might have information to bring forth in a trial that could convict this person, or maybe they'll exonerate him. Either or, we want those witnesses to testify. Any logical, reasonable person would agree with that, right? Now, if Mitch McConnell and his cronies want to bring in Hunter Biden, and even if they want to bring in Hillary Clinton, let them do it, because that has nothing to do with this trial. And what I mean by Hunter Biden having nothing to do with this trial is because we're not trying to prosecute Hunter Biden. That's not what this trial is about. This is about whether Donald Trump committed a crime. High crimes and misdemeanors. That is what we are talking about here. That's what this trial is about. If Bolton gets up there on the stand, by the way, lifelong Republican, way to the right. If Bolton gets up there on the stand and he says, Donald Trump, there was no quid pro quo, great. We got another witness, and that should help exonerate Donald Trump. If Mulvaney gets up there and changes his tune, fine. If Parnas gets up there and he doesn't say anything that's incriminating, then we can all say, you know what? The witnesses were called in. There's no evidence to show that Donald Trump committed a crime, which, by the way, I would disagree with that, but let's hear from the witnesses. But yet Mitch McConnell is trying to block those witnesses from testifying. Now, I'm speaking, I know Democrats want these people to testify because obviously it could convict Donald Trump. But I'm speaking to you Republicans out there right now. I am speaking to you Trump supporters out there right now. When Bill Clinton was accused of lying, did you not want to hear from Monica Lewinsky? Did you not want to hear from people that might have evidence to prove that Bill Clinton lied? Of course you wanted to hear from them. This is no different. So I ask you this question, Republicans, Donald Trump supporters. Give me a reason, and a legitimate reason, why you think Bolton shouldn't be up there testifying, why you think Mulvaney shouldn't be up there testifying, why you think Giuliani should not be up there testifying. Give me a really good reason why you think that they should not be called in to testify. Because in my personal opinion, if you don't want them to testify, you don't want to hear the truth. It's either Donald Trump committed a crime or not, and we want to get all the witnesses we can to prove one side or the other. Guys, this isn't brain surgery. Republicans are trying to not allow that to happen. I'm sorry, folks, but they took an oath. These Republicans like Mitch McConnell, they took an oath. And in that oath, they say they have to forget for a moment, so to speak, that they are on the right and they are Donald Trump supporters. What do you guys think about that? We're going to take some phone calls on the other side of the break. I want to hear from you. What do you think about this trial? Do you think those witnesses should testify? Do you agree? Do you disagree with me? I want to hear from you now. That number to call is 702-257-5396. Again, that number to call is 702-257-5396. Why should these witnesses not testify? I want to hear from you. I want to hear your reasons. We will get to all your phone calls on the other side of the break at 257-5396. Take a quick break. Be back right after this.